The Tennessee Titans are officially legitimate playoff contenders. The Tennessee Titans just made one of the biggest acquisitions of the 2023 offseason. They just signed star wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, an accomplished wide receiver, has chosen to join the Tennessee Titans. He agreed to a 2-year contract worth $26 million, potentially reaching $32 million with bonuses. This deal is expected to be finalized very shortly. While he also considered the New England Patriots, Hopkins ultimately decided to join the Titans. After being released by the Arizona Cardinals, Hopkins became available for trade. His previous contract with Arizona was one of the most lucrative among wide receivers, which impacted trade negotiations. Despite playing in only 9 games last season, Hopkins still averaged 7.1 catches per game, which was 4th highest in the NFL, and 79.7 receiving yards per game, 10th highest in the NFL. Big numbers for a big man. Throughout his career, Hopkins has achieved impressive numbers, ranking 8th in receiving and 4th in receptions during a player's first 10 seasons in NFL history. However, he has faced challenges in the past 2 years, missing 15 out of 34 regular season games due to a hamstring injury, torn MCL, and suspension. One reason Hopkins chose the Titans is his familiarity with some members of the coaching staff. He previously worked with Mike Vrabel for 4 seasons during their time with the Houston Texans. Hopkins spoke highly of Vrabel, emphasizing their personal connection and the coach's ability to relate to players. Hopkins also has experience working with the Titans' new offensive coordinator, Tim Kelly. They collaborated during Kelly's tenure as the Texans' offensive assistant and offensive coordinator. In their previous season together, Hopkins had an impressive performance, recording 104 catches for 1,165 yards and 7 touchdowns. By adding Hopkins to the Tennessee Titans roster, the Titans aim to strengthen their wide receiver group in total, which was considered one of the weakest on paper in the NFL. This acquisition alone will benefit quarterback Ryan Tannehill, running back Derrick Henry, and young talent Treylon Burks, along with Coach Kelly. Tennessee's offense struggled in the previous season, ranking 28th in scoring and having the 3rd worst passing offense and overall offense in the league. The absence of wide receiver A.J. Brown was certainly felt every single game. According to Stephen O, Sportsline Guru, Hopkins' presence alone is expected to improve the Titans' chances of making the playoffs by approximately 6.5%. The Titans have had difficulties in the past with aging wide receivers, such as Randy Moss, Julio Jones, and Robert Woods. However, Hopkins, despite his experience, still possesses to be a reliable number 1 wide receiver. The Titans hope he can cause the same trouble for opponents as he did in the past. Following a disappointing 2022 season where injuries greatly impacted their performance, the Titans have made changes in their front office and coaching staff. With a new general manager and offensive coordinator, they aim to regain their dominance, their ultimate dominance in the AFC South. Looking ahead to 2023, the Titans face a challenging situation due to salary cap limitations and a roster that is a mix of veterans and very young players. To achieve their best case scenario, the Titans need their recent investments, those young talented players, to exceed expectations in year 1. The Titans' current win total at DraftKings Sportsbook is set at 7.5 with a -370 odds of missing the playoffs. However, their relatively favorable schedule, ranking 8th in terms of difficulty, could work in their favor. So this means that if you have not bet for the over at 7.5, you should definitely get your chips in now, and you should go ahead and cash your chips on a +250 odds for the Titans to make the playoffs. I'm in on that one. Quarterback Ryan Tannehill plays a crucial role in the team's overall success. He not only needs to stay healthy, but also improve his performance despite a limited supporting cast. Tannehill's efficiency has declined since his breakout season in 2019 and 2020, and he will turn 35 years old this season. To achieve a different outcome in 2023, the Titans' overall blocking and playmaking also needs to improve to support Tannehill. In addition, the Titans rely on their leadership of young star receiver Treylon Burks, along with other wide receivers like Kyle Phillips and Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, and tight end Chig Okonkwo. While these players showed promise in their rookie seasons, significant progress is needed for the receiving corps as they combined for only 894 yards and 4 touchdowns last year. The Titans cannot afford to have the weakest receiving corps in the NFL if they want to reach their full potential. Running back Derrick Henry's health is crucial, very crucial, as he aims to approach 1,500 rushing yards once again. Coach Vrabel has expressed his resilience on Henry, and a productive receiving corps would further support his efforts. The offensive line also plays a vital role, and the Titans have made additions to improve their lineup with adding Andre Dillard, Peter Skoronski, and Daniel Brunskill. Changes are also seen in the center position, with Aaron Brewer taking over from Ben Jones and second-year right tackle Nicholas Petit-Frere needing to perform well. One potential concern revolves around Henry's future with the team. While rumors of trade were denied, the worst-case scenario for the Titans includes parting ways with the franchise icon. Henry, who turns 30 in January and enters the final year of his contract, remains a tremendous player. However, his value may decrease if the team leans towards a rebuild. The Titans' defense, despite investing in high draft picks and signings, fell short of expectations last year. While they excelled against the run, that alone is not sufficient in the modern NFL. The young cornerback unit needs to progress, and additionally, support required for pass rusher Arden Key, who needs to step up as the team's number 2 threat alongside Harold Landry. Without improvements, the Titans' defense will struggle to contain opponents. The Titans find themselves in a precarious position. Despite having competent coaching and veteran leaders, there is a risk of becoming one of the worst teams in the NFL, as relying too heavily on specific strengths and weaknesses often leads to inconsistency. Last year exposed significant flaws in the team's foundation. So here we go, Titans fans. I hope you're ready for it. With a healthy Ryan Tannehill and a consistent Ryan Tannehill, and with a healthy offensive line and a consistent offensive line, will allow DeAndre Hopkins and Derrick Henry to lead you into the promised land. And all we need is Mike Vrabel to have that defense stout and ready to take on the AFC South. A lot of people are banking on the Jacksonville Jaguars to take that division, and Colts coming up right there. No one really believes in the Texans. It is very important that the Tennessee Titans fans do not lose faith. It is very, very possible for you guys to be the #1 seed once again. 2 years ago, when you were the #1 seed in the AFC, no one really understood it. No one really questioned it. You won a lot of games. Do it again. I believe that the Tennessee Titans, with this addition alone of DeAndre Hopkins, brings life into the entire organization, and that the Tennessee Titans will definitely have more than enough to make the playoffs and make a run. Just stay healthy. Like, comment, subscribe.